Welcome back to Sweat Equity. Eric Valdez alongside Joel Johnson.
What's good?
All right.
What's good?
Again, guys, all right, look down at the bottom of your show notes, fast forward to the main topic or wherever you want to, skip to. All right. Like, share, subscribe, if you haven't, if you're new to the show, like that, and then at the end of the show, guys, all right, leave a comment on any of the topics that we talk about, like that, so for me, man, I'm a little sad. I'm a little mad, a little salty. Talked a big old game.
I know, bro.
My Astros didn't come through.
I know, bro.
Like that.
That hurt, bro. It's like they couldn't. It's like nobody could win at home.
Yeah. I believe this is the second time, freaking in playoff history that the road team won all the games.
Bro, nobody could win at home, bro.
That's crazy. One at home, not one.
That's like, I was kind of like banking on that though. I was kind of like, okay, they all they need to do is win one game at home.
Yeah, we're due for one.
This should be easy. Wasn't as easy as I thought, fam.
It is what it is. Just not our year. We still have a dynasty.
Man,
it hurts. It hurts. Like that. It hurts as bad as my hamstring right now. All right,
bro.
Shit. I ended up popping my hamstring too on Saturday. I was so mad. I guess it just carried over.
Bro, how's it feeling now?
No, I was stupid and I went light on Monday and I ended up tweaking it. So now it went from the back of my hamstring and it's wrapping up towards my groin, like that. So
put some icy hot on it.
So I've been putting Tiger Balm,
okay.
and then
icy hot.
And so and then taking
anything with mentholatum.
Yeah,
you should rub that on the inside of your thigh.
That shit. I was like. Because I was supposed to be competing this Saturday too,
right.
So I had to call that off, like that. So I was like, "Fuck, man!" It's like right when you start getting going, something always got
right. To throw the wrench in the plan.
Yeah, and so check this out, bro. I was, with my hamstring and stuff like that, and on Instagram, 2023, all right, lacrosse nationals. Okay.
Oh God.
What does that guy do with anything? So
the cross is rough though.
Yeah. So there's a player on there, fucking that tore his hamstring.
Tore it.
Oof. All right. He said, oof. Fuck that. All right. Got on the fucking table on the fucking what do they call them? Like the people that wrap your shit up.
Oh, like the gurney?
No. I don't like the. The sportsman guys,
the trainer table.
All right,
yeah.
There you go. The freaking trainer's table. All right, ties a fucking an elastic like exercise band.
Mm-hmm.
All right, to the very top of his thigh and to the freaking the bottom of his calf. All right, one of those freaking exercise bands made an artificial fucking hamstring. Goes back out, plays, wins the national championship.
Bro,
all
stop,
right.
bro.
Check this out, bro.
Stop,
it's right
bro.
here. All right,
stop, bro.
Check that out. Okay.
There's no way, bro.
Yeah. I was like, God, I'm thinking, man, I'm gonna have to do that so I can get back in the game on Saturday, bro. Talking about some willpower,
that's
bro.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's nuts.
Yeah. I guess it was his senior year or something like that. Freaking, he was like, fuck it.
He's like, I'm not going out.
I ain't gonna go out like that. Yeah, I was like, I saw that. I was like, damn, dude, that's tough.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's tough,
man. When it tears,
yeah, like right now, my shit is like I move any kind of like quick or anything like that. Like I was like, freaking, because like on Monday, I was like, okay, like my room is not but white belts, so like I'm not really threatened a lot, with rolling. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just chill out, freaking. I'm gonna really stop them and just stay on my feet. I'm not gonna pull guard, because I ended up, freaking pulling it when in a stack position.
Okay.
I was, I pull guard. The guy stacked me, and so when I went to kick out, freaking, I heard something just ripple.
I got it.
So, and that was early Saturday. So I had, I chilled Saturday, chilled, freaking Sunday.
Yeah.
Chilled most of the day on Monday. Then I went out and I was just just lightly just controlling and things like that, and I just did a simple fucking just level change to take the dude down. Instantly dropped to my knee. I was like, nah, I'm done. Go ahead, step in, like that. And I was like, fuck, man. I was like, so now I gotta now for sure I'm gonna take a good month off, and to rehab it. But
so speaking of tears, bro, What other major tear do we have, bro?
Bro,
what other major tear do we have,
Jon Jones. I was looking for this match, bro.
I couldn't wait.
Did
for
you
this
see the
match,
video
bro. Of the tear?
Yeah.
No, fam. I don't look at that.
Yeah, you didn't. No, so you don't see him. You don't see the pec tear off. No,
all right, I've seen that once, bro, and it is.
Oh yeah,
bro. You just watch the muscle just separate and pull to the side.
So check this out. All right,
we're
gonna do something a little different today too. I was messing with this right now. All right, check this out, bro. And you know what? I feel for him because I was in this situation. All right, look at this. Level changed. All right, started grind. Boom, right there. Stop.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh, in the wrestle and the sprawl.
Yeah, in the sprawl position right there. Oh. Yeah, so freaking again, cut the corner. He's cutting the corner and freaking right off. I guess it's from the pressure of the guy. Of the wizard. Yeah, and him trying to drive through. And these are not light boys.
These are big boys.
These are some big boys. Yeah, freaking ended up tearing it. And the thing about this too. Okay, so I had a similar tear. Right here, freaking, and you know who tore it too? All right, Doc Steve. Right,
oh, word.
Dr.
Okay.
Steve. Yeah.
Okay.
And so freaking, because he was going to pass my side control.
Okay.
And I was stupid, freaking. I try to like real power through. I try to like bridge and power through and roll him through, to his back, and like. Something got, I want to blame my gi because, man, it just really tightened up on my arm. And I didn't have, it was just really restricting me. So as I was trying to bridge and roll him through, then I heard a nasty pull. I just felt it and I stopped like that. And then so, Doc doing his thing, he takes the gi off and he's checking it out and he's like that. And then I end up taking the MRI. Well, there's a point of insertion right here at your thing where it connects your bicep, your tricep, and your pec.
Right. I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right, and so what I had was a minor pectoral tear.
Okay.
All right, and only affecting just my minor, my pectoral minor.
Right.
All right. So he was explaining you can also fuck up it's called the Holy Trinity where you tear and that's what Jon Jones did.
Bro, have you seen the video of the weightlifter?
Yeah, with Larry Wheels.
Bro.
Yeah, like
and
that.
You can see the pet rip off and bundle up into the bro.
Yeah, bro.
I saw that. Couldn't use my arm for like a week.
To this day this dude still freaking hasn't recovered.
I could, but a buddy of mine tore his pec years ago. He's trained Revolution, but he moved out to Mississippi, I think. But they had to screw it in or something crazy. They had to do some wild.
Yeah, something like that, bro. It's not just one. It's your it's your whole it's your bicep, tricep, and your chest, everything, because it's all in right at the shoulder. At that joint, where all the ligaments attached. That's what all three of them. And
I feel like
that sucks.
I feel like that was gonna be the fight for heavyweight supremacy.
Yes, where everybody was waiting for. I was
ready to supremacy. Buy the ones that be okay, now when you say who's the heavyweight GOAT, here's your answer.
Yeah, Jon Jones is still gonna go down as the man. But the thing is now okay, how long is it gonna take for this fight to get put on again? Another 2, maybe 3 years, like that.
I mean, I'm gonna say
he's
Pec Tear.
Yeah, he's getting surgery tomorrow. So
it'll be this time next year before I would say that he's ready for full combat sport strength. But medical science, bro. So 10 years ago, I mean the Yankees have always been the Yankees, right? They've always been the Yankees, always been their their dynasty or whatever. And I never really cared much for all the Yankees in general. Except, I don't remember when it was, but it was one year out in outfield warming up. Manny Rivera was shagging fly balls. Do you remember this?
Yeah, and he tore his
ACL and came back before the end of the season. Bro. Yeah, had surgery, came back and I think that may have been a World Series year.
I believe he went out there and did some stem cell research. Stem cell freaking treatment. Like that. Oh man. Oh, did you look into that post I sent you?
The one about the
stem cell. It was with stem cell and peptides.
Yes, the
like
peptide.
that.
Yeah, peptide.
Freaking, I listened. So I went in and I listened to that whole podcast, and bro, I'm like, that shit pisses me off, bro. All right, because you know that shit's illegal here in the United States.
Yeah, right.
But it's the answer to everything else outside of the United States. Why? Because peptides and stuff like that. They can't be prioritized, like that, and freaking and make fucking money off of it, and stuff like that. So
it's money.
No, yeah, for sure.
It's money.
I asked, my wife asked me this question, like that, and like freaking, she knows how passionate I get about like fitness and stuff like that.
right.
And so she asked me, she was like, babe, what's it gonna have to take, for like the government and things like that, like to change? All right. And she was more specifically talking about like the FDA, stuff like that, because I was like, what do you be more specific, babe?
Right.
Like that. And she was like, well, like things like this. And we were talking, and the whole podcast was talking about the FDA and what they approve, what they don't approve, and things like that. So
money.
So what would you say what has to change, freaking for like, when you see things like that, like where there's a peptide that is, changing people's lives, or there's stem cell research that's advancing science and medicine and stuff like that, where it's money, actually the cure for cancer, like
it's
that.
Money, bro.
Like that. What would you have to change?
I think that you would have to revamp the entire healthcare system in the U.S.
It's not even the healthcare system.
Because,
okay.
But check this out.
Okay,
though.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So in the countries that have free healthcare. Mm-hmm. You don't have multi-million-dollar doctors, mm-hmm. right? Because healthcare is free.
Yeah.
And so what goes along with healthcare? Mm-hmm. Pharmaceuticals,
yes.
medicine. So if we have free healthcare, if there's no money in healthcare, then sure, make everybody healthy because the doctors aren't getting paid for it.
Yeah.
But because there's money in healthcare, all your medicines, you really just want them to be placebos, because you want people to go to the doctor, mm-hmm. so that the doctors can get paid. And so it's all about money. But if you take that and you go, okay, we're going to give universal free healthcare to everyone. I get it. I know people don't like it and mm-hmm. whatever. But if you do that, then the doctors are more concerned about curing people. Yeah. Because it's not about the money anymore.
Yes.
And then in comes your fountain of youth medications and all that stuff. That's what I think.
So I had two parts to this question when she asked me. All right, my first thing is that we have to change, all right, the government and how it's set up. Okay, all right,
for sure.
Have you ever heard this thing about Nancy Pelosi and how she's always hitting at the stock market?
Bro,
no, how does that make you feel? Bro, I don't want to get into all
we were
of this.
Just talking about AMD today. We were just talking about AMD in the office today. Me and Vince. Yeah. Tanzillo. I'm 100% Vince. His name is Tanzillo, so I'm sure he's got cousins in sanitation or whatever. But just talking about that today.
Well, she was the first one that
Bro, how do you
see? So that's what exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
All right. My whole thing, all right, is like, if you're gonna be in office, all right, for whatever your freaking X amount of years that you're gonna fucking hold office, guess what? You can't be in the stock. You can't be playing in the stock market.
Vince said the exact same thing. He said the exact same words
because
today.
then that right there, just now you're 100% biased on whatever comes across your table.
You're making the laws.
You're the one that's
out.
You're making the laws, the legislation, and everything. But now you're telling me that because you're the one that's making the laws and legislations. Now you know what's happening. Boom. Oh, you just invested $100 million freaking in such and such that just got passed.
Bro.
You see what I mean? So and I hear this all the time, and it makes total sense. But then again, my wife asked me, well, why don't they just stop it? Well, why are they gonna freaking take money out of their own pockets?
Who stops feeding themselves?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody stops feeding themselves.
It's never gonna happen. You know what I mean? So that right there. for sure has to change,
Right.
because then everything starts to trickle down.
We're gonna
All
put a
right, there's
pin in
no
that.
there's no major lobbyist that can freaking affect them, because guess what? I'm not getting paid for it. All right, and I can't freaking benefit freaking on the stock market because I can't play that either.
Right.
So
let me just do
prove
what's
that,
right.
Yeah, prove that it works, and is beneficial for everybody. All right, or go fuck yourself, and like that, and
Bro.
and do the right thing.
You're right. You're right. That absolutely. We just had this conversation.
So then the other part of that too, when she was talking about, she was asked me, so like, how would you build your insurance? Like if you could build your own insurance like that. And I was like, my insurance would be totally off of like a health care insurance like that.
Right.
Would be off of incentives of like how hard you work. You know what I mean? Freaking, you want free health care? Okay, then you need to be eating, freaking X amount of calories, freaking stepping X amount of steps per day, working out in the gym like that, and you'll get 100%. Like if you're not meeting, and then there's ranges of, if you're not meeting, then guess what? You're gonna have to pay 20% of your health care, all the way down until, guess what? If you're freaking super unhealthy like that, you need to pay 100%.
You get an incentive for living a healthy lifestyle.
Exactly,
makes total sense.
Like that, but and then because then it's a double-edged sword, because now you get it's not like you're going to be an insurance company that's going to be losing out hundreds of thousands of dollars, because you got a lot more healthier people. All right, what are you going to really being paid out on?
Right.
On like true accidents where you break your bone.
Real accidents.
Not because you have
cancers where it's something that nobody could see coming. You're right. Yeah. You're right. 100%.
Yeah. And so like, not to get into all of that and stuff like that, but man, for sure, that's one
makes
thing.
It. So it's funny that you said that, and I was like, put a pin in it, because you were talking about why would you cut why would you bite the hand that feeds you? This debate was going around with the Supreme Court for a long time. So I'm a lawyer.
Yes.
Lawyers have ethical rules that they have to follow. Judges have ethical rules that they have to follow about where you can get money from, where you can do this, who can donate stuff to you, da da da. But guess what? The Supreme Court,
they don't
make all the rules of the land. They don't. Bro, come on, man. Stop, bro. It makes no sense.
All right. Why does, like, what makes them above the law?
Bro, what makes them above the law? And now you get to write the law. So guess what? You don't want this particular thing to be determined to be unconstitutional? Hey, man, I don't know. Oh, all of a sudden, I got this mysterious gift.
Where's the checks and balances, though?
There is none. There's none.
That makes that's very hard for me to believe.
Bro, there's none.
I'm like, because like fucking just for President Biden, if he even remembers to know where the red button is, like that, he has to go through freaking a laundry list of checks and balances to press the red button.
No, nope. What I mean? But I can declare so. And this is crazy. But back a long time ago when Bush versus Gore, when they were talking about the hanging chads and on the ballots.
The ballots.
Right, on the ballots. They were like, yeah, this is the decision. This is who we want to be president. But this case is not precedential for anything. So normally what the case does, the case establish a precedent, like it establishes the rules that should be followed. But that one, they were like, yeah, this isn't precedential. This is just what we want to happen. And it's like, come on, man. Okay. I don't know. They need to... I go off forever about the Supreme Court, bro. Like, that shit's frustrating. That shit's frustrating as hell to me. But we were talking about that because it's the very same thing. Like, I'm sitting there, and it's not just right before. This is years before. Because the example I used when I was talking today was, you find out that this company is creating a microchip, and this microchip is not going to be silicon. It's going to be water. And it's going to be cheaper to produce. And because it's going to be cheaper to produce, you can mass produce it, and you'll be able to get 30 terabytes in a smaller place and make computers small, lighter, faster. Except you need to have a certain regulation to be able to get it passed. Well, you're lobbying for that 2 and 3 and 4 years before it gets passed. But if it gets passed, stock price goes through the roof. Well, now 3 years before anybody knows about it, I bought into the company.
Yeah.
And then, and now from behind the scenes, I'm going to Senator Valdez. I'm like, bro, this is the way. And you're like, what? I get you on board. Then you're like, I'm going to buy into this too. And now, boom.
That's not insider trading.
Right. And now before you know it, we've all signed it. Yeah. It's been signed into law. The company shoots up. We were in it 5 years ago. How were we supposed to know this was going to happen 5 years later? Come on, stop. Stop. Oh God.
What's her success rate on the thing? I think it's like over 90%.
Bro,
it's like 98.
She's like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, bro. If she gets there, it's happening.
This dude don't miss.
This dude don't miss. He don't miss. This some dude just following around buying stocks and she buys.
Well, you know they shut that down, right? Because they started a page of not Nancy Pelosi's stocks, and then she made sure to get the government to work to shut that page down. Like, really? Bro. You can get rich, but no one else can get rich. You know what I mean?
That shit, the hustle is real, bro. The hustle is real. Yeah. That's crazy, man. We just talked about it earlier.
Let's stay along with the FDA, all right? And before we actually get in there, I can guess it, but what was your favorite cereal growing up?
Mine?
Yeah.
Bro, my favorite cereal growing up was Frosted Flakes, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I would crush, and then they had the sugar at the bottom. Oh my God.
I'm going to tell you why Frosted Flakes was ours, because that's the only thing we could afford. Stupid, bro, I like to see anything else in the freaking pantry. Bro, I like that shit was getting eaten. and you know, like, okay, if it was a small box, what's a small box? How many bowls is that?
The little box? Yeah, I was gonna say
four bowls.
Especially by the time you hit like middle school, high school, bro.
Family size, you're talking about 6 bowls. All right, there's 8 kids in the house, bro.
Bro, we used to
crush. All right, like that.
Flake, bro. Did you ever put sugar on your Frosted Flakes?
Bro,
I used to put sugar on my Frosted Flakes, bro.
I didn't have to do it with the Frosted Flakes, but for sure, you know, freaking, because the only thing that really would be in our cupboard would be Frosted Flakes,
right?
Which would get eaten first, and then Corn Flakes. So I would put the sugar on the Corn Flakes, right, like that. Do it, and then put some bananas in there. Like that. Yeah, of course. That was the best.
That was the best, bro.
Like
that. Was the best.
But you had to keep on stirring it so it don't just sit there. Yeah, you already know. Bro. You already know.
Oh my God.
Right, yes.
I'm gonna go eat some Frosted
but then
tonight,
you know, once I got some money on my own, you best believe it was some cinnamon toast. You know what I mean?
And drink the horchata at the end.
Oh man, that shit was so good.
Yeah.
Bro. All right, like that. That's everybody's, you know, for sure. Hands down, cinnamon toast. You can't beat cinnamon toast.
Yeah, that's just great.
You know what I mean? What would be your top 3?
Cereals would definitely be, so this is gonna sound weird, but definitely Frosted Flakes.
Now, it holds a special place in my heart. I don't think it make my top 3 though.
My second?
Yeah.
Oops All Berries.
What?
Okay, so you remember
you go some EBT stamp freaking
bro. Do you remember
some Dino Bites?
Do you remember
King Vitamin?
So they had Captain Crunch. They had the Crunch Berries.
Yes,
but they had one that was called Oops All Berries. So it didn't have the little
Was it the with the vampire?
No, that was Count Chocula.
No. But there was a all berries one. Was it like a purple kind of character on it?
No.
Okay,
it had Captain Crunch, but he looked all crazy, and it said "Oops, all berries," and so all the little white pillowy pieces were out of it, and it was just all red, green, and purple, like Crunch Berries. All it had was Crunch Berries. Yeah, bro, I used to love sweet cereals, bro. It's called Oops All Berries. Now the last one is way out of left field, bro. You'll never guess it between it being Frosted Flakes and Crunch. Bro, I used to love Honey Nut Cheerios.
I love, bro. I still eat it today.
I used to eat Honey Nut Cheerios. Just dry out the box, bro.
Yeah, that's a great snack.
I love Honey Nut Cheerios,
bro. For a kid's snack, that's a great snack, bro.
I love Honey Nut Cheerios.
Now I'm more towards Honey Nut, like the Crunch one.
Oh yeah,
with the almonds or whatever that. Yeah, but bro, I'm all about some Honey Nut,
bro.
Yes. All right.
Yeah, I never.
Freaking, I dabble. Oops, all berry. Let me,
bro. Oops, all berries, bro. This cereal was like.
It just popped up too. Oh,
bro.
That looks like the tropical freaking ones for Skittles.
Right, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I just had this super sweet tooth, bro. And I love it.
Hey, they still sell it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops all berries, bro.
Okay.
Oops all berries. Because the Captain Crunch,
they got an Oops all berry freaking maple syrup.
A word.
Bro.
I didn't know that, bro. I didn't know that.
You wonder why everybody is fat in America.
I was gonna say I didn't know that.
That just popped. It's at Walmart. Hey, you know they have an Icy's freaking mixed berries freaking cereal.
I did not know that, but I'll tell you what I did know.
Oh my God, bro, this is okay. Now it's gonna start making me mad.
I was like maybe like 35 or 40 before I stopped using like the strawberry syrup at IHOP and just started using hot maple, bro. Yeah. Like I was like, give me the sweetest syrup y'all got. You know what I used to eat my
what I preferred back in the day when I was little?
What's that?
Freaking corn syrup.
Oh, corn syrup.
Yeah, but you know I used to use corn syrup, but I don't want to keep talking about how fat I was. But my real quick though, like that. Let's get back to the topic. All right,
corn syrup is delicious.
All right, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Word.
All right, Honey Nut. All
okay.
Right, and then some Fruity Pebbles, bro. I just ate them. I just finished the box the other day. All right, like that. All right.
I use Fruity Pebbles to make Rice Krispie treats.
Oh, yeah. Old. Okay. All right. Like that. All right. Freaking talking about Rice Krispie. So, all right. And the reason I asked you like this, Japan. Okay. What we were just talking about right now with the FDA, stem cell research and stuff like that. Like, you see this all the time where freaking shit here in the U.S. is banned, but then, you go out in other countries, all right, and then it's not banned. Or shit freaking is not banned here in the U.S., and then you go out in the country and it is banned.
And it is banned, right.
Like that. And typically, when do you see that typically when shit's not banned here in the U.S., but it's banned elsewhere?
Like, when do you see it?
Yeah. Like,
it's generally not really that great for you.
Yeah, like a lot of times you see it when it comes to foods.
Oh, yeah.
Like that, like, the dyes and the multidextrose.
Red number 5 and all that shit.
Like, yeah, like that. That shit's all the time. So Japan, all right, I just got a study right here. Japan just banned freaking cereals, kids cereals, freaking from, like that, because they're cancer-causing cereals. All right, and along that was our favorite Frosted Flakes.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Freaking Rice Krispies was on there. Wheat Thins.
Wheat Thins,
yeah. Let me see the last one as well. Wheat Thins, and there was another one. Oh, Honey Bunches of Oats.
Really?
Yes. All right. So, and the thing about this.
Honey Bunches of Oats, though?
Yeah, the thing is that because the reason that they banned it is because all of them, have an ingredient in there called BHT. I'm not even gonna try to butcher freaking what the hell this means. Butylate hydroxytoluene or like that, bro. Like,
right, okay, I got it.
Yeah, so it's an artificial sweetener to make the food taste good. All right, and so the guy that was freaking reporting on it, he was like, "Hey, how about we try this? We just eat food that tastes good." Why do we need to artificially make the food taste good?
Just make the food taste good from the rip.
Like, and so then this got me thinking too, because all right, and I've sent this before like this. All right, let's think about you going, all right, down the aisles. Okay. And I was watching this on Instagram because this guy pointed it out. All right. Jewel, how tall is Jewel?
Jewel is gotta be maybe 3 feet. Maybe
about 3.5 feet.
Yeah,
not yet.
Yeah. So like she's not tall.
All right. And if you had to guess, 3.5 feet. All right, where is she standing at? Freaking height wise in the aisle. To which shelves?
The second, third shelf.
Yeah.
Second, third shelf.
Now let's think about that, bro. All right. Now let's start to really be aware. All right. So this guy was pointing out the fact that freaking the last the last row all the way to the fourth row from the bottom.
Right.
All right.
Full of shit.
That's all the eye catching shit.
Terrible food.
All the eye catching stuff like that. You're talking about freaking boxes with Shark-a-Doo on it. You're talking about boxes with Blue's Clues on it.
Yep.
You're talking about boxes with with all this shit. You know what I mean? And again, who's at that level? Your kids.
That's the kid level.
All right.
That's the kid level.
You're right. So this guy, he's talking about a study about colors. All right, the color psychology is a study on how different colors can affect emotion, behavior, all right, and perception. All right, that can influence how people respond to different stimulus. All right, including branding and marketing efforts. All right, like that. So, how many times have you shot with Jules and gone grocery shopping like that, and she grabs something, and she's like, "I want this."
Right.
How many times?
Bro.
First of all, I'm like, how did you get this?
Every time she goes to the store, bro.
Yeah.
Every time she goes to the store, it's something that she wants, but it's always bright orange, bright red, it's always like a really popping color. She never picks up anything that's navy blue.
Yeah, so okay, let me continue reading now. All right, when it comes to food, branding, coloring psychology can play a particularly important role in children's perception to different products. For example, studies have shown that brighter colors, bold colors such as red and yellow, can especially appeal to children, that are associated with what? Excitement and fun. Red and yellow.
Yep.
What else is red and yellow off the top of your head?
Yeah. I don't know.
Mickey D's, bro.
Oh yeah, McDonald's.
Yes, all right.
Yeah,
like that, all right.
McDonald's.
And as an association with excitement and fun, this is a way for many foods and brand marketing towards children used as colors, in their packaging for advertisement. However, it's also important to note that, color psychology is not the only factor for kids' choices. Ultimately, it's the factors such as taste, preference, nutrition content, cultural influence that can impact food decisions as well.
Jewel is not worried about the nutrition content of
not
anything
at all
that she eats, bro.
All right.
not even remotely.
If it has freaking Ryan on it, like that, she wants it. If she has blues, like what is she watching?
She watched a lot of Paw Patrol.
I see a lot of that. Paw Patrol. I think Paw Patrol has their own cereal.
But she's weird, man, because Jewel watches a lot. So she got her older sister has her watching stuff on YouTube, and so she watches a lot of gameplay on YouTube, bro. She loves to watch gameplay, and she also likes to watch.
I'm sure Fortnite characters and stuff like that is all over. Minecraft is all over things.
She bro,
and it's at their level.
It's 100% at their level.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
How does that make you feel,
bro? But they definitely target marketing is a thing that's been going on forever.
They put mad money into it.
It's been going on forever. But now here's the thing that's kind of infuriating about it. The thing that's infuriating about it is much like California with their Skittles ban, because it's the same. That's kind of the same thing Japan did. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
It's just they banned certain chemicals in the foods. The thing that's so bad about it is they put that stuff that they believe is so harmful in the foods that they market to the kids.
Yeah,
that's the problem. Mm-hmm. Like nobody's like what is this? The French vanilla coffee creamer. Mm-hmm. They don't have any of that in the French vanilla coffee creamer because that's what no kids drinking it.
Yeah.
So they don't put that there. They put it in the stuff that's for the little kids, and that's crazy, man.
No, yeah, because nowadays, and let's get into the obesity epidemic, okay? Because this is something that I like. I'm always talking about,
right?
And it makes me so mad, that people. What's it gonna take, for you to start to really live the right way and start eating right and doing just the bare minimum to really exercise and diet, just so so you can live a little longer,
right?
Like that. And the thing is, it's so hard because these foods are designed. They're not they're not grown like this. They're designed for you to keep eating. How many times, all right? And I'm not gonna lie, fuck, this was me last night. All right, this was me last night, so I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
Do I have more control than other people? Of course, because right. I know I put the work in, during the day, because there's times where I go out and I'm gaming at night and stuff like that. And then what are you doing? You're just gaming, and you're just
crushing.
Snacking. Yeah.
Kettle cooked jalapeno chips.
Yeah, I had some of those Dots freaking pretzels. You see what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's just the mindless eating, and things like that.
So along the same vein, think back to high school, bro.
Yes.
How many kids, think back to middle school, early high school. How many kids in your middle school, high school at 13, 14 years old were 6'6"?
I can't remember.
Bro, why the fuck are there all these 6'6", 6'7", 14-year-olds? Because of what they're doing to the food, bro.
Eating them.
Yes. Man, I have seen a chicken, bro. I've seen a chicken. I've been on a farm and seen a chicken. I've never seen a chicken with the leg the size of the legs that you get from Popeyes, bro. I've never seen a chicken with legs that size.
The big ass freaking Tyrannosaurus freaking Rex.
Right. Like what is that?
Wings.
It's not a real thing, bro.
Wing,
it's not a real thing.
This is all the age, the what is it? GMOs and freaking all this
gassing these foods up. And it's funny because we don't think about it, but we think, oh well, my kids don't eat this. But when mom was pregnant, she was eating the stuff with all, and it was passed down to the kid. And so now you've got this enormous child who's gonna, even if he grows normally, if you start out from huge, you're just gonna get huger.
Yeah.
And then everything is, the faster the food's made. We go into you talk about this all the time, but when you go into Whole Foods, or you go into HEB and go grocery shopping, bro.
Yeah.
Your fucking grocery bill is gonna triple and double, if not triple, if you go into Whole Foods.
Yeah.
And please don't have a family of like 5 and try to feed them from Whole Foods. But you have to be a fucking millionaire.
Oh, bro. I'm like.
So yeah, and they're doing, and it's you're right. It's just it's targeted, and it's that kid, man, that basketball playing kid, the one that looks like fucking Slenderman.
Who?
Ah, man, the 7'6" guy that's long as shit, whose name I can't pronounce.
In the league right now?
In the league right now. He just got.
Yeah, you're talking about Victor Wembley?
That kid.
Yeah, he's 7'4".
Bro, there's no way that kid's a human, bro.
Yeah.
There's no way. He's not real.
Yeah, the dude's super tall, you know what I mean? I like that. And so,
gross.
I could talk about this all day, you know what I mean? And for me, it's sad that I see, people all the time, their behavior with foods right now, because that's what a lot of things is. Right? It's just their behavior with foods, that they just can't get away from these artificial foods and things like that, and and then typically when it's time for them to make a change, usually it's too late.
It's too late.
It really is too late.
It's too late.
Know what I mean? Because maybe they're already type 1 diabetic, you know what I mean? Or they freaking I can't even think of what is it, like when you have so much fat, or visceral fat on your freaking organs and stuff like that.
High cholesterol, heart disease.
Yeah, you probably already had a heart attack. You're probably only in your mid-30s or something like that.
But if you take that and circle it back around, bro, circle it back around, the countries that have free healthcare, you don't have a bunch of people that are fucking 900 million pounds because there's no incentive to make people sick. It doesn't benefit anybody to make people sick.
Yeah.
So people are normal size. They're regular size, and you still have fat people, right? Like you still have fat people. But bro, I get it, man. We're pumping people up, man, and we're not doing anybody any favors. And healthcare is not. My dad's belief in medicine is prevention, not treatment.
What was his practice when
he was just a general practitioner?
Oh, just a general practitioner.
He had a general family practice, but it would frustrate him because he had a fat clinic at one point too, and people would come to him and be like, hey, how do I lose weight? And he'd be like, stop eating. Like that was the answer, because we've all seen. I'm not a fat shamer, bro, at all. But if you don't like the weight that you are, please don't go get a triple meat cheeseburger and a large fry and then get a large Diet Coke and think that you're helping. You're not.
No.
It's Diet Coke is not your problem.
Yeah, it is.
It's not Diet Coke.
And so, I can go all day with these things, and getting back to what you said is very infuriating, like that in a country knowing that, they can thrive off of sickness, and nothing's really changing at all. Everything that someone like me in my in the industry that I am for health and fitness and things like that, we can barely penetrate and freaking not even like we can't even crack the surface, of really doing it, because then again, who we're up against, all right? Because typically, who, if like anybody has anything to do with health, like that in your standard of living and stuff like that, who do you typically go to?
Bro, you're looking at your standard of living is from.
Yeah, but like when you're looking for advice, like that, who does like the general public, typically go to seek out advice when it comes to their health or like how their standard of living and stuff like that, for sickness and stuff.
Bro, you're going to a doctor.
To your doctor.
You're going to a doctor.
All right, and nothing on doctors, all right? Like nothing on doctors.
They have the incentive.
All right. But the thing is that I say it all the time. Doctors are not the smartest people to be going to. All right. Because then again, doctors, they don't have the incentive to freaking make you healthy a lot of times, especially here in the United States. Right. Like that. It's been proven time and time again, because, all right, why am I going to make you healthy if I'm getting paid freaking, $100,000-$200,000, whatever it is a year on sales, because this drug that, freaking is that I'm giving you is keeping you here, it's giving you just enough. All right, let's go back to that one documentary with what was that pain? Was it Vicodin?
The one that we, the
painkiller one.
It wasn't Vicodin. It was
What was it? Oh, Oxycontin.
It was Oxycontin. It was Oxycontin.
Yeah, like that,
It was Oxycontin.
Why am I going to really treat your back's, your probably like, oh, your back is hurt? Why am I going to really freaking send you to a trainer and make you go through, a 6
real rehab,
8-month freaking, regimental freaking workout, to strengthen up your back and treat the root cause so you could never happen again, when I'm getting paid freaking all this freaking money for you to stay on this little pill that's only going to temporarily freaking like that. You know what I mean? Or freaking, whatever it may be, like that, because it goes like that. So, all right. And so that's where, for me, where I always have the fits, where it's just infuriating, because then, especially when they start them so young, like that at freaking 3 to 4, when all the food.
When they can finally start making, when they can start asking for things.
Yeah. Well, no, they're making their own subconscious decisions now, because they're very curious, and they see these things that are influencing them, and they don't know what it is, but they know they want it.
But they know they want it, because they see it all the time. Yeah. I think that one of the things that's the craziest about the whole ordeal, especially the way they target the kids and the way they do that stuff, is like you could make the society so much better across the board, except it benefits a handful of people not to. And the people that it benefits, none of them are fat. They're all, it's not like he's gonna big fat slobby. They're not. They're all in good shape. They all have trainers. They all do this. They all live to be whatever 900 million years old, because they're not doing the same stuff. They're not buying what they're selling. No,
you know what I'm saying?
They're just selling it to everybody.
They're not practicing what they're preaching.
They're not, bro. It is so crazy, because it's just like so many. If you pull that money out of the equation, so many problems could be solved.
Oh,
bro.
yeah, of course.
So many problems could be solved. Yeah,
and it begs the question for me, like, okay, it's like, what what are these other governments and other entities, outside of the United States, what are they really practicing and preaching and really driving towards, that, they have everything that, we beg for, but yet, the United States government, is not giving us.
It's weird, because part of, the democracy and the freedom and the capitalism that everybody wants, and be able to make your own money and not have to divide it among the community like a social society or whatever. Like, that's the same part of that we want breeds the greed that puts us in the situation that we're in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a conundrum. Like, it's like, what do we do? Like, do we give up the freedoms, or because when you have a company, you say, look, you can make as much money as you want. You just pay taxes. You can make as much money as you want, and as long as you don't do anything illegal, you can make as much money as you want.
Yeah.
And they say, okay, well, let's do it. But then they do it, and then you say, well, you can't do it at the detriment of anybody else. But it's like, I'm not doing anything to hurt. Like, they're doing it to themselves.
Yeah.
And you just end up versus going to some other countries is they say, y'all can't do that. And they're like, well, we're not free to do whatever we want, or everything is regulated by the government.
Yeah.
And then, hey, I get it, man. I think that there has to be a balance in the two. Because you can make as much money as you want, but this substance has been determined to be bad for people. So you can't use it. Like, it's a banned chemical. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, for me, it comes down to a very simple question, not even is it a question? Let me see. For me, I always just say, I'm like, why can't you just do right by people? You know what I mean? Like, what is so wrong with just doing right by people, right? Like, and
just make shit easy, bro.
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, it just comes to a very simple question like that, and like, whatever happened to that, and like, I always get to a point where, like, you don't want to lose hope in humanity.
Right.
But like, you just see this shit all the time, like that, and the small guy, the innocent person is always getting fucked, like that, and it's like,
and
like,
then you look,
what is there to do?
You look and you look at the guy. So I look at like, I just looked at a video just a little while ago on Instagram, and it had this little boy, and he was like pedaling his bicycle, and there was like, nobody was in my son's race, so the teenagers like raced him on this BMX track. Yeah. Right? And he's a little kid. He didn't even have pedals. He was like using the bike with his feet.
With the feet one?
Yeah. And they were like riding behind him, and they let him win. And you've seen various videos like that where they let the
I see all the time, like, where
the handicapable guy does whatever, they let him
they
let him
shoot
gamble.
the free throw or like that, whatever it is.
They do all those things, but then you see at some point, like, all those teenagers, all those people on that other basketball team, they hit a villain arc, bro. And it's like, we're not going to be good people anymore. Something's good.
Well, it's because, along the way, you know what I mean? I got an early taste of this in my life, you know what I mean? Like that, where you like, because there's as you're growing up, and what's the saying is, like, when you're growing up, like, don't lose the kid inside you.
Right.
Have you ever heard that like that?
Right.
But the thing is that, along the way of always getting fucked, just life really beating you down and stuff like that, I'm like, you kind of you're like, you know what? I need to go into survival mode. Yeah. And then, you
it shit ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah, it ain't gonna happen to me no more.
It ain't gonna happen to me
like that. And then, it's either it's not gonna happen to me no more, and you're gonna protect yourself, or hurt people.
Bro.
So
did we talk about that villain thing? The difference between a villain and a hero?
I don't think we did.
Bro,
what you got?
I was watching this thing, and a dude was like, what is the difference between a villain and a hero? And he was like, if you look at them, the villain and the hero always come from, broken home. They come from some level of conflict.
Yeah.
The difference is the hero says, I don't want anybody else to feel like that. Yeah. So I'm going to prevent it. And the villain says, you'll never do that to me again. And you're going to feel it.
Yeah.
But it's always the same, like, backstory, except at that one point, they just take a different fork in the road, bro.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what you're talking about. Like, you just make a choice. You either choose to say, you know what, I'm sick of this, and I'm sick of the obesity epidemic, and I'm going to be a physical trainer because I want to help people get out of it. Or you say, fuck it, all these people want to be fat. Let me drop some shit in it. I'm going to put some red number 5 in this nasty ass food, and give them cancer, and make them fat as fuck.
Yeah,
and I'm making plenty of money because they're gonna be fat anyway. And that's crazy, bro. That it's like that, but it sucks.
All right, so I don't have a question of the day like that, but I was thinking about this along, because with kids and coming up and stuff like that. All right, How do you feel? Okay, because tomorrow it's gonna be jiu-jitsu and stuff like that.
Right.
And I had a conversation with a parent the other day, talking about options for getting their daughter more fights. All
Okay.
right. And so this is the question. That how do you feel about kids, cutting weight?
I don't. Cutting weight's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Should they cut weight? Okay. It depends.
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about getting ready for the tournament cutting weight? Or are you talking about getting ready for MMA fight cutting weight?
Well, we're just talking about a 13, 14-year-old child. All right, that they're well enough to know that, what, I can win if I cut 5 pounds.
I don't think it's bad.
Like, no, okay, so all right, so go ahead. Like,
Yeah,
so that's the situation.
Because
it's a child.
In a situation like that, what you're talking about is a short run period of calorie deficit.
Mm-hmm.
A short run period. Just talking about 5 pounds. Maybe a little more cardio,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe right near the very end, maybe a minimization of the amount of water you have. Maybe, but nothing drastic.
Yeah.
But when you start getting drastic, and I also think it depends on the age, because I think teenage is probably a good place. It's a decent place to start. I'm not doing it for a 6-year-old.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go the other way with that. Okay. And it's primarily just out of experience, and life experience for myself, because I started cutting weight when I was around 14, when I started wrestling.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now knowing these things, okay, I started wrestling when I was 14. All right. And I've been competing ever since. I'm 30.
Right.
I'm 35 now, about to turn 36. Okay. Ask me when the first time I ever really got good nutritional advice, to know how to cut weight the right way.
Oh,
bro,
you're already in your 30s, I'm sure.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah,
because you're talking about my middle school coach, never told us. My high school coach I had two different high school coaches, because I went to 2 different high schools, like that. Cutting weight, by myself, afterwards, like that. My freaking MMA coach never told me, right? Like that. Even with Pablo's now, like, how much nutritional advice, like when I've never had a conversation with Pablo like that, and I'm not putting it on him, but I'm like, it's just never came up.
It's just never, it's not a thing.
And then on top of that, while I was going through school, all right, all my coaches didn't say nothing. Who's the main person that like that you would think that would give you advice, and think it would be your parents, right? All right, and they're probably freaking not eating healthy either, and
don't know, probably don't even know.
They don't even know at all,
it's
like that. So from 14 all the way to in my 30s, when I like that. Matter of fact, okay, I'll tell you my very last fight. All right, my very last fight, I believe I was probably like 26.
Okay.
All right, like that. And I remember this fight just because I made weight so easy. All right. And the reason I made weight so easy is because I remember this whole camp, I was out there meal prepping and eating whole foods, cooking my, my chicken, my steaks, eating my vegetables and stuff like that. I wasn't on dollar menu and ramen noodles like that, like I usually would be, and it was only just because around this time, I had 2 jobs. So I had money to go out and grocery shop like that. And so I just remember just making weight so easy, and like during my months of phasing through my camp like that, and I think I was like a pound, almost 2 pounds under like that, and I felt great. I felt strong. I was healthy, like that, and that is when the light bulb went off on my head. Like, fuck, like
I've been doing
like it cost, it cost some money. But man, I was fueled. I put the right fuel in my body.
Right.
And it took that long to freaking. But ask me what I was doing. All before then. All through high school and then through my pro career and things like that. You're talking about
sour gum, and
sour, chewing Skittles and filling up a whole water bottle just for spitting in there. You're talking about freaking hours of cardio, sauna freaking every day, 30 minutes and stuff like that at a time. Like that freaking not eating any carbs, or and cutting my calories down and depleting myself, not drinking no water because freaking that's what I was really manipulating at the end of the day. And then just being malnourished. It was just so bad. So now let's get back to the question. All right, would I let a kid do this? My recommendation every single time a parent comes to me, I was like, no, don't do it. I was like, don't worry about it. I was like, let them fight wherever they are. Okay. Right. Whether they win, lose, or draw, doesn't matter. All right. Right now, that's not their priority of trying to cut weight and freaking, it's just experience at this point.
Right.
All right.
And if they want to fight smaller, then they need to do the thing over the long run.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But you know what? It doesn't start with the child. Who should it start with?
The child ain't buying their own food.
Yeah, it's the parents. You know what I mean? Like that. So that's why I say, to the parents, I'm like that. So if they now let's say they want to be serious. My kid is very promising. He wants to take it to the next level and things like that. All right, what I would recommend is now, this has nothing to do with Junior. Okay,
right.
This has something to do with you. Because Junior's not the one that's cooking his meals, all right, and things like that. And I'll be damned if you're gonna be that parent that takes him to the high school track and make him run laps to cut weight, but then you're freaking sitting
while you're sitting there eating Snickers.
You're freaking 30% body fat percentage and things like that, and you're the one freaking eating a whole box of freaking some Oops all berries, like that at night, that while your kid's the ones freaking that's rationing out his it starts with you. Be the example,
right?
That. So freaking now let's do this. The whole family's gonna be on it, not just them, because what happens is that let's take
it breeds a healthy lifestyle.
It really does. But let's go back to that hero villain thing,
right?
All right, because this is for me too. Like that, because I still struggle with this a lot. All right. Because what is going to happen is that either they're going to have a good relationship with food or they're going to have a bad relationship with food.
Right.
They're going to have a good relationship with exercise or they're going to have a bad relationship with exercise.
Right. People don't respect that.
Like that. And because either way, no matter what you're going to do, especially with someone this young, in their adolescence, growing up and learning and stuff like that, you see every single bodybuilder, anybody that hits the gym, they have some type of body dysmorphia. All right. Like that. They, because, aesthetics alone is so subjective. All right.
Right.
When do you really look in the mirror and you just wake up and you look in the mirror and you're like, I love what I see.
I'm right.
Like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's rare. It's in the back of your head. You're always like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna freaking do a couple more exercises, maybe hit some dips because I want my chest a little bit better. I need to be a little more vascular. But then on the outside, people are like, damn, bro, you freaking look swole. Right. Like that,
Yeah.
Like that, what you been freaking doing, working out, like that? Like, nah, man, freaking, I'm just, being me. Like that, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It happens.
That right there, this is why I don't recommend, for someone that young to cut. If they're gonna be serious, okay, guess what? The whole household's gonna be serious.
Right.
To make sure that they do it right and everybody's educated. You know what I mean? Not that you're just gonna freaking get him educated or her educated,
right?
But then you're the one freaking, being hypocritical and not doing the same thing.
You're walking the walk, and see that's what. So that's funny because you're right. Like a lot of times it doesn't come up. I've had a lot of conversations with Pablo, and Pablo will say, "This is the way you cut weight." Like Pablo's, he's got a sauna at the gym.
Yeah,
Pablo's like against the sauna. Like he's against the sauna. He's against cutting out. Like he's against cutting out water. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like it's not healthy. But he also, at the same time, you have adults. He's like, okay, if this is what you want, if you want to do it this way, let me tell you the best way to do it this way. If you're going to do it that way,
yeah.
But the better way to do it is this. The problem is, what typically happens, because you coach. What typically happens is people come to you a week before and say, "Coach, I'm 8 pounds over. What do I do?"
What you're talking about is that these people, they're trying to fly a freaking what's the biggest commercial airline plane?
It was like 747.
Whatever.
Whatever.
They're trying to fly a big ass freaking 757 freaking airliner, all right, on a little freaking ass runway,
right?
Like that. There's just not enough runway,
right?
You know what I mean? Your runway was freaking 3 months ago where you should have started,
right?
Not freaking.
Right.
3 weeks, when you're finally getting off your ass, and then you're waiting till the last week,
right?
And leaving yourself only 3 days. It's just not enough runway.
It's not enough runway. Not enough room.
Like that. And so, keeping with that image, like, that's what people do. And so then now that, everybody, they see that and they're like, oh, he cut weight. That's how I got to do it. I could just cut weight in 3 days. Like, no. All right. Going back to my story, like it's completely changed when that light bulb went off in my head. It's completely changed on how I get ready for anything. Certain, the sauna for me, it serves its own purpose. All right.
Right.
And I strongly recommend how to use a sauna.
Well, it's different, not to cut weight though.
Yeah. No, it is to cut weight, but it's more it's a different type, like that. It's within phasing, you know what I mean?
Right.
And letting your body acclimate, and with the phasing of how you're starting to cut your calories, and and the amount of water intake like that. It ain't the old freaking me where I would just jump in there full sweats, trash bag, some Abilene all mopped down on my body and stuff like that, and freaking
20 pounds in 2 days.
Yeah. No, that's not what I'm doing.
That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
Is that, for the sauna, it's I'm using the sauna more for rehab, like that, for putting my body from a sympathetic state to a parasympathetic state,
right.
Like that, just to make sure to reduce my stress, freaking to recover like that. Yes, I'm still cutting weight, and I understand, I need to manipulate my water weight to make weight and things like that. But it ain't because I'm freaking trying to freaking, deplete everything.
I'm not
like
trying
that.
to lose all the weight right now.
And then I get into a point where, because I've been in points where, freaking I've been in the sauna like 20, 30 minutes, not a freaking drop of freaking, sweat it has come out, like that. And did I know at the time, the red flags of what the fuck was really happening?
Bro.
Fuck no. You know what I mean? Because that's just me being young and stupid. But now, me being a lot more wiser and freaking with the experience and knowing like that, of course, freaking people down the road, I'm like, don't do that shit.
Bro.
You know what I mean? You need to phase these things.
Wipe the sweat off.
Yeah, you get in a credit card or something like that, and you're just freaking
scraping the sweat out.
That's old thing. And do people still do that to this day? Yeah, just because who is in their corner really telling them that stuff?
Right.
That's exactly why I'm here, today with this podcast, to educate people like that, and hopefully they're listening and really,
gotta stop
really doing it right,
Gotta stop doing that.
But let's get back to the question, like that, do I see a benefit, with a kid that's really trying to compete at a high level, and things like that? Like, of course, but the thing is that as a parent, as a coach, for sure, coach, that is guiding these kids, and like that, if the kid is going to be doing, for sure, they need to have an example in their life, right, to be doing it alongside them, right, so it doesn't create, those bad habits in relationships with food. It doesn't create those bad habits in relationship with exercise like that. Because I've seen, I remember this one kid in high school, dude, no homo, he was freaking sculpted like a Greek.
Smiley?
No, not Smiley. Smiley himself too was cut. But this is a different kid, all right? Like that. He'd been wrestling all his whole life. Dad fucking, would push him, freaking every single day and things like that. Dude was in amazing shape. To this day, I can't remember training with another kid that looked like this dude. You know what I mean?
Right.
This dude was freaking built, like that. And freaking, about time his senior year, he came and stuff like that. He ended up placing third at state, finishing the year before that he won state. And he was he was freaking on track and very promising to go back to back. But the thing was, I remember being in there in the practices with him and talking to him, and then the little times that we would share hotel rooms and stuff like that, and we were all being like that, bro. He was just done with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was so fucking burnt out.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where he's at today. But the thing is okay, your parent pushed you that hard, and made you cut the weight and freaking and then
yeah,
every freaking weekend you're doing another tournament and things like that. enough is enough at a certain point, and you're just freaking, all it is now is to this kid is like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking do this, and then once I freaking get out the house,
Once I get
I'm
free,
never gonna do it again.
I'm free. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's something that they love so much, that they fell, in love with at a very young age, and they're passionate about. Now, freaking was forced and taken away from them because you know what, the parents freaking affected it. Like that, or the coaches affected it like that. And so it's a very delicate thing where, you got to make sure that, all right, you got to do right by this kid. At the end of the day, they're still a kid.
You know what I see that affects the kids? I want to say worse than the coach, because your coach, you expect your coach to give you like a level of discipline when you make a mistake when you're competing. What I hate is when I see the parents like dogging this kid because he made a mistake.
Yeah.
And it's like you're taking the life out of the sport. You're expecting it from your coach.
Yeah.
I never had a coach that wasn't like rude as shit to me. But I was like, okay, I love it. But even making a mistake, my dad wasn't like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It was always like, you need to do better. If you're really going to do this, you need to focus. That's one thing. But that, you've seen it. The parents that are just like, and you're just like, holy shit, man.
Yeah.
And those are the kids, I don't want to say they wash out, because they don't wash out. They're like, once you get at them like that, and once you take the fun out of it from them, they want something else that's fun, and they walk away and they never come back. Yeah. Because you've mentally destroyed it for them. And that's so sad. Yeah. And that happens to a lot of kids with promise, bro.
Yeah. Like I think it's crazy at a certain point because, like, how many times have you ever seen, like, on Instagram or social media and stuff like that, some parent out in the stands and stuff, like, going ape shit on the ref and things like that, because, like, there's times where I'll go out and freaking to, like, a park and stuff like that, and there's signs up, where there's reminders. And I believe I've seen this too at a jiu-jitsu tournament where, like, at the end of the day, these are part-time workers being refs, all right, and they're kids. Right. Don't forget that. These are signs that are put up around, freaking recreational events, like that. I see it all the time. Like, how many times you see it at jiu-jitsu events, and things like that, where coaches,
Uncle Rico's, bro.
Freaking parents behind the barrier, the barriers and stuff like that, or talking shit to the coach, like that, or even talking shit to the kid because their kid is freaking winning or losing, like that,
bro. That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
the Uncle Rico's, bro. and I call him Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah. Like, they're still trying to like whatever you look.
They probably peaked in freaking 10th grade.
But Mateo grows up, bro, and becomes a wrestler or starts doing MMA. Like, this is Mateo's career, bro. Yeah. It's not mine.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna help him through it. I know how to help you walk this walk. You know what I'm saying? But I know that you need to love it to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And man, it hurts me so bad to see not the parents push their kids, because that's different. But when the parents, when they're like trying to live through the kid, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you feel that badly about like if you're gonna yell at your kid about how badly he's doing in this tournament, you go put a fucking kimono on, and then you come compete. Yeah. And this happened the other day, bro. This happened the other day. It's not what I'm saying, but this happened the other day. Man, I saw this, choke him, and I'm like, look, man. Look.
I've heard parents yell out in the freaking in the freaking audience and stuff like that. Break his fucking arm.
Bro, I always want to punch those people in their fucking face, bro.
I like these are kids. That's not the adult time. It's the kids' time, and bro, I've heard that.
You don't even want to break an adult's arm, bro. Like, I'm not trying to break your arm.
I remember watching a freaking tournament. Watching a match, and I believe it was orange belts, maybe green belts. I'm not sure. All right. Typically, what age is that?
Oh, that's
like 15, 16, around there.
Yeah. All right. Sometimes a little bit younger. Yeah.
Coach, one of the coaches, all right, freaking told his guy, knee bar. I said, knee bar? Bro,
Are you serious?
Yes, bro. I was
That's
like, what?
crazy.
I was like, what are you teaching at your school?
I have seen the parent though, and this was at a local tournament here where the kid broke the other kid's arm, and the dad was fucking elated, bro.
Yeah.
He was like that kid was gonna get like extra ice cream that night or whatever the fuck. And it's like, bro, that's not a thing, bro. Like that's not what this is about. Like it's not about that always.
So,
pisses me off, bro.
we're getting a little too far away from the question itself, and it all ties in.
Yeah.
Like
Don't
that.
break his arm.
Yeah, yeah. But when it comes to a kid like that, especially in a sport like what we're doing, that where they have to make weight, whether it's for boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling,
Muay Thai,
any type of
wrestling,
martial arts, where they are going to be put in a division with the weight class and and things like that for the age and belt or whatever is ranking like that. I would not recommend for that kid, if it's something that they built enough confidence to finally go into a tournament and prove to themselves that they can do it, win, lose or draw, that it's their journey.
Right.
All right. But now, okay, you as a parent, that are influencing them like that, and like, hey, you're doing great. We need to cut some weight because I think you can do better like that. You best believe, all right, that I'm gonna be freaking chirping and saying this, all right, that this is their journey and you want that for them, and they're coming on board. You better be ready to go on that same journey with them, and creating the same healthy habits for yourself to prove to your child that they can do it, and whether
That makes
for
it
food
easier,
and
though.
like that. Yes, for me, I can't wait to do that.
It makes it easier.
For Mateo. All right, I can't wait to do that for Mateo like that. That for the reason like have you ever heard the that one soundbite on Instagram and stuff like that? Like, I don't stay in shape, because I want to freaking look good. I stay in shape just so I can kick my kid's ass until he's 18. Or like, yes,
Bro.
Like, I'm gonna have fun with it. I can't wait for my son to be walking around and lifting shit and stuff like that.
If your kid knows McDonald's exists, but it's not what he eats every night. What he eats every night is what's cooked at home. He's not going to be thinking about McDonald's, bro. He's not going to miss out on it. And it's fun. So a long time ago, my goddaughter used to live with me when she was going through. Her parents were going through some shit. She lived with me for a little while, and she used to they would ask her what she wanted to eat, and she would say, "I want to eat cooked food," right? And people would be like, "What?" But I used to have this thing like, I want cooked food. I don't want bag food.
Yeah.
I want cooked food.
I remember telling my brother that the other day, man. He was like, where do you want to go eat? We were working on my truck and stuff like that. And I was like, man, I don't care. I just want to sit down and eat food.
Right.
I don't want to eat out of bag.
I don't want bag food. And people were like, what does she mean cooked food? All food cooked? No, she wants something that somebody cooked and not something that was folded up and put in a fucking bag.
Yeah.
And just, you can... And I get it. Every
That's
now and
crazy to hear
again,
that.
every now and then you need a snack. Like sometimes it's fucking man, it's late. But if the bulk of time you're eating, you're cooking it. When Jewel is sitting up on the counter with Ellie and helping her cook, and, whatever, like that's instilling something. Like she'll be, and then Jules he's just drinking milk right now, and it's fine. He's big as shit, but it's fine. But when he gets to the point, we'll be sitting down as a family, eating the same food.
Yeah.
And it'll be good food.
I think this was a podcast I was listening to, and one of the doctors was talking about that. Because how many times do you hear about, or maybe this happened, at your dinner table, like that, where y'all sit down, all right, and you have, steak, potatoes, and broccoli. You and
Right.
you and Ellie have steak, potatoes, and broccoli, all right, but then, Jules might have some chicken nuggets. Huh?
I know exactly what you're
Like
talking
that.
about.
Like, how many times does that happen?
Bro, to be honest, that happens every night.
Yeah.
Because Jewel has not developed that palate yet to eat like everything that we eat. But then other times, like she'll sit. This is so weird, bro. This is gonna make you fall share. She loves edamame, bro.
Oh, I love some edamame.
She loves edamame.
Yes.
Jewel will just sit and eat edamame.
Some roasted edamame.
Bro, she and her mom, she'll eat with lemon and tahini. She's fucking eating edamame, which is weird for a 4-year-old to be like, I want to eat these, but but you're right though. Like she hasn't developed the taste for everything yet.
Yeah.
So for the most part, she does have her dishes.
So what I'm gonna tell you right now is that stick to the foods that she does love.
Right.
All right. That and this was the doctor was talking about too. As like at the dinner table, everybody needs to be eating the same thing. All right, those days need to be gone where y'all sitting down and y'all enjoying what y'all love, but then the kid itself like that, and then guess what, now it's you gotta go ahead, and it's not like kind of forcing them to eat the steak.
I see what you're talking about.
Why doesn't she have the palate for that steak and the potatoes and things like how often are you really trying to like that, like mommy and daddy are making a happy plate with this, you're gonna love it too, like that, whatever it takes,
right,
like that, as opposed to like that. How many times you see the kids where they're going to a steakhouse and chicken strips or some freaking a burger or something like nah, we here to eat this, or
right.
like that. You're going to a sushi place, and then again, they're eating, something off the menu that that's where you develop those things, because all right, it's as a family and leading by example, and especially with the kids, like they need to get these different types of proteins in,
right?
Like that, because
if not, then, meals.
Because if not, I don't like it, and then it's already installed in their brain. Guess what? They don't like freaking sushi, or they don't like freaking fish, or they don't like whatever it may be. What y'all are eating, but now Jules doesn't want to eat.
The doctor was telling, so what her pediatrician was like, look, your taste buds grow as you grow.
No,
so the doctor was like, look, her
even
palate's
as an adult, they still change.
It was like her palate's going to change. So
I believe it's every 4 years. I want to say something like that.
That may be right. He was like, her palate's going to change. He's like, don't worry about it. Just make sure she gets all her stuff. But every time, bro, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Doesn't matter what I'm eating. If she comes over and she's like, what's that? You want some?
Yeah.
Because you have to let them experience all those different things. And bro, I want some of that. It's like, okay, well, what is it? It's fucking jalapeno.
Like right now, freaking, we haven't found nothing yet that like Mateo doesn't like. Like that.
He crushing it.
Yeah, he crushed like that. Like we did like the lemon challenge and stuff.
I saw that.
You think he would over?
He didn't even flinch.
He came back for his second bite. You know what I mean?
He didn't flinch. Bro.
We'll give him like pickles. We think he'll make it like I came like freaking. We haven't found nothing yet. And like I love that. I love to know that because like man, it's like I've been around kids that are just super picky. You know what I mean, like that. And like I've never been like that. I'll try something at least once, for sure. But like that. Speaking about taste buds and stuff like that, freaking, because I think it is every 4 years they change and stuff like that. Because like you ever notice like when you start to get older and stuff like that, you start to put more salt and pepper in your shit. And like right now, it only reminds me because Crystal's at home, is at Oklahoma right now with her family, and her mom, bro. Her mom be fucking salting the shit out of everything.
Bro, you know what I've started doing instead of using salt though? For real? Like with chicken and stuff, like I season it. I marinate it, and one of the marinades I always use lime juice.
Lime juice.
I'll always use lime juice, bro.
Right. Yeah,
because it gets
changing.
Like, it's got oh hey, this is oh yeah, I'm eating something now. I fucking love lime.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, bro. But anyway, it doesn't matter about lime juice. But you're right though. What happens is that healthy lifestyle, because when you take that kid and you say to him, if you don't eat this, you're just gonna eat it tomorrow. You're just gonna eat it tomorrow. That kid, it develops an unhealthy relationship with food, and people don't really like he ate those vegetables. You're right, he did. But now when he's an adult, he'll never eat vegetables again because you forced him to eat them then. Or what they'll do is they'll not eat the vegetables, and then they'll overeat the hamburgers, and now he's on my 600-pound life, because what you thought was like a firm way to do it actually ended up creating like a hatred for.
Hey, look at that guy. When McDonald's first opened, or when McDonald's first put out the Big Mac, and like, have you ever seen what's that documentary? The McDonald's one.
Yeah, where the guy ate like McDonald's every day for like 30 days or something like that.
Why can't I not think of this?
I don't know, because I watched it and now I can't remember the name of it.
Anyways, but there's a guy on there like that. And I want to call him. I want to say his nickname is called Big Mac, because he loves eating Big Macs, like that. And he said like when they first rolled out, Super Size Me. That's
Super Size Me.
Super Size Me.
Super Size Me.
Yeah. And the guy, when they first rolled out with the Big Mac, he said he tried it. He loved it so much he came back and ate it again for lunch, and then came back again for dinner. And he said he's been doing that every freaking day, for the last like X amount of days. He even married his wife in the McDonald's, and they ate Big Macs for their wedding, and then like that.
Shit, bro.
And I was like,
shit.
And talk about just designer foods, all right, like that,
Fuck.
freaking
That's
like
a
that.
lot of food, bro.
Yeah. I tell you one thing that really, like a bad relationship with food and stuff, or like, trying to force feed your kids like that. Like with Crystal, it kills me inside, because she hates eggs like that. I'm like, if out of all the foods that are in this world, and you hate eggs, like eggs, pound for pound, are the most nutritionally dense, food out there.
Bro,
all right, for something eggs, so small, all right, that carries so much nutrition in it. I was like, really? I
hate eggs, bro.
But
let me tell you what happened though. Let me tell you what happened.
I could eat eggs every day.
So
bro.
This is true. This is 100% true. I hate eggs to this day. To this day.
Why?
Dante, quote Dante Wilder. I just don't like the way it tastes. I also have one of those.
Okay, let's think about why. Let's go back to childhood and stuff.
I remember, no kidding. I remember I had a friend whose parents lived over there by where you live now.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember his mom used to make chocolate muffins. Mm-hmm. And I remember going over there, and she was like, you can't eat chocolate muffins until you eat all your breakfast. And one of the things on the breakfast was eggs. I remember this, and I forced down these eggs, bro. I hate eggs. But it's also a food texture, because I don't like avocado either. I don't like the texture of it. It's just like kind of mushy, and I don't like that. But I was trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
And people were like, avocado is a healthy fat. Mm-hmm. Eggs are healthy for you.
Yeah.
And you know what? Right now, I had eggs today.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know I have to eat this for the nutritional value of it. So I eat it.
Yeah.
But I'm like if you give me,
I believe it's LDL is the fat that you want to be having in.
Oh yeah.
Instead of freaking it's two different
It's one
types.
with a H.
HDL and LDL.
Is that what it is? Mm-hmm. I think it's but like if you give me a breakfast, right? Mm-hmm. With an English muffin, 2 scrambled eggs and some bacon, mm-hmm. right? The first thing I'm gonna do is wolf down the eggs, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just get it out of the way.
You can have the bacon for last.
Put the bacon on the English muffin. I'm gonna crush that shit.
I'll tell you, bro. When I was on my grind to get my knee better after my surgery and stuff like that, and I was hitting up the gym, 2 to 3 times, just straight weightlifting,
right.
and getting my knees strong and stuff like that. I was at a point, boy, where I was eating every morning about 8 to 10 eggs, like that. I buy a carton's 36 eggs. They would all be done by Thursday, Friday. It'll be all done, and I buy another carton, like that. I was killing some eggs,
bro,
and bro, I like my strength level, like bro, I felt so strong. You know what I mean? Like I had so much energy at that point, like that. But but my metabolism was through the roof too when I was freaking working out that much.
Right.
Like that. Like man, I was like,
well, that's a lot of eggs.
It was. I was at a good point, man. Like that. And then you know what? Hurricane Harvey happened. Just threw everything off, and then bro, I just downslide, freaking like that.
Bro, Ellie will make my eggs, and she'll make them and so that I'll eat them. Mm-hmm. She will chop up sausage in them, mm-hmm. put some pico de gallo in it, make it like a scramble.
You gotta disguise it,
Yeah, and then I'm sitting there and I'm gonna eat this, and I eat it, but I still eat avocado. I will, give me the whatever, it's got avocado on it. I used to take it off, guacamole, mm-hmm. I used to take all that off, but I'm like, man, healthy fat, good for protein. Mm-hmm. Good for protein. This is good for the long run. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna eat it.
No, yeah.
Right. And I don't. It just is what it is, bro.
No. All right, man.
And I try to feed eggs to Jewel.
Do it.
I try to feed eggs to Jewel. Eat some eggs. I don't say oh, daddy doesn't eat eggs. Who eat eggs?
if there's just one thing in this world that freaking that's pound for pound the most nutrition, is gonna be an egg. All right, hands down. After that, it's gonna be like chicken breast, like that.
Bro.
And so
not sea moss.
Nah.
The only people eat sea moss.
I can snack on some like seaweed chips every once in a while. Have you heard of those?
Yeah,
like that.
They're pretty good.
They're an acquired taste.
Yeah, well, it's acquired smell for damn sure. Sometimes,
but like stuff like that is like I like it, but I don't want my breath smelling like that. So yeah.
So, bro, that's crazy, bro. They that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hopefully, people will start to use some of the things that we're saying to them and take it with them. Like if you got a kid and you want your kid to be an athlete, he's competing at a high level, like join him on the walk, help him eat better, help him do some push-ups with him in the morning, do some sit-ups with him in the morning, so that relationship will it'll help build it. The relationship will not only be for the sport, but it'll be the parent
between you and your child,
between you and your kid will help grow too, man. And it's
like you're talking about some core memories,
yeah,
like that, like
100%.
For me, I can't wait for those days.
Yeah, that's
all right, man. We talked about a lot, guys. All right, the main issue of this is just really trying to fight this, overweight, just fat epidemic, guys. Call it what it is.
That is what it is, bro.
It starts, again, freaking at the 3 to 4 years old with your kids, walking down, the grocery aisle, like that. And, hopefully you can be a little bit more aware, and seeing these things, this was an eye opener when I first saw it, and I really never thought about these things.
Never
like
thought
that.
about it.
Like that. You don't really, put two and two together because, you're, in your mind, you have, 10 list grocery items in your head, you're in and you're out.
Right.
But then now you got a kid with you and then they're picking things off the shelf here and there. And you got to constantly be like, hey, put that back, put that back, put that back. And then now let's think about it because it's at their level.
It's right here. They come, can I have this?
Yeah. Like, and so for sure, at the end of the day, I'm always going to practice. I'm always going to preach. All right. Anything in a can, a bag. All right, in a box. All right, stay away from it. All right, let's go shop more in the perishable aisles, guys, like that. Whole Foods. The greener your plate, the more colorful your plate. There it's gonna be better off than the more colorful the box is.
Right.
Like that. Sure. And then again, be on the lookout, guys. All right, every once in a while, turn over that box, look at that nutritional label on the back. Like that, and stay away from that BHT. Again, I can't say the scientific name like that, but freaking cancer causing ingredients in there like that, and there's a reason why other countries are banning these things as that, and dye red dye and stuff like that, or yellow dye,
the stuff on the Skittles band, yeah, for sure,
for sure. Like that, it's infuriating that the United States bans certain things, but keeps things here, or but then other countries are vice versa like that, and we just won't follow suit. At the end of the day, guys, all right, don't leave your health in the hands of others like that, and it's too late. Just be a little bit more active, all right, and be proactive as for being a little bit more knowledgeable of what's going in your body, and how to treat your body, and stop bandaging things, all right, and actually getting to the root cause like that, and it's sad to say, but your doctor, your physician isn't always the the right person to go to. There are other industries out there that are there to really fix you for the better and change or fix the root cause of the problems, what it is, so you're not always in a hospital and forever on pills, whatever it may be like that. Any closing thoughts?
I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah.
BHT, according to WebMD, is a lab-made chemical that is added to food as a preservative. BHT is also used to treat genital herpes and acquired immune deficiency syndrome. Bro, what in the fuck is that, bro?
That is going in your body when you eat your Fruit Loops and your Cheerios.
Bro, what is that?
Your Frosted Flakes.
Look, you got to watch out. Chemicals, like Eric was saying, bro, check the boxes. And here's the reason why it's so important. In my mind, it's so important to check the boxes because they're doing all this stuff that's man-made. If you're using, regular, sea salt or kosher sea salt or a standard salt to season your food, that's fine. But when you start using the stuff that they're making, it's got 400 different chemicals in it, bro. Like, watch out, because these chemicals, they're there for different reasons. That's why primarily one of the things that I use when I season my food at home is I use lemon juice and peppercorn because it's just lemon juice it's just lemon, lime, and peppercorn. Like that's it. And all those little things help, man, because they put a lot of chemicals in, and nobody knows what these chemicals are or what they're for. And we want you to live long. We want you to live healthy so you can have a good life for not only for yourself but for your kids. I saw a meme today on Instagram. There was a huge fat man. He was doing push-ups and sit-ups, and they said, "Are you willing to change your life to live longer for your kids?"
Yeah, I posted it.
That was your, you posted that?
I posted that.
Think about that. Think about that, bro. That's what you need to think about when you're doing all these things. It's a long life, not only for you, but you want to live longer to see your kids.
It's never too late. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's never too late, bro.
Yeah, it's never too late. And I ended up posting that. And that's what my caption was on there like that, because I love seeing those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially with a message like that that's so strong. Is like, when is it enough? Is it enough when you finally freaking, near dying and you had to go to the emergency room because you had freaking a heart attack like that, in your early 30s, and then now, your family's all bedside with you crying and stuff like that.
I had a cousin lose a leg, bro.
Yeah, that's my next thing. Is it enough when you, type 2, type 1 diabetic like that, now you're losing some toes, some digits like that? Is it enough when freaking, whatever your vice is, and then you have your cousin or you have, your father or whatever it is, someone close to you, ends up dying.
Right.
Like that. When's it enough? When, like that. All right. And so I always ask that, all the time, and honestly for me, when I have someone coming in and they're looking for a change and things like that, especially someone that's obese and things like that, off the bat, I always ask a question like that. I'm like, what brings you in here?
Yep.
Like that. I want to get in today because such and such happens. Tell me about that. Like that. And a lot of times it always leads up because somebody close to them, all right, like that, family member, a friend or something like that, freaking happened to them and it affected them so much. Now freaking they don't want to do that.
Never forget your why.
Yeah, exactly.
Never forget your why.
And it's never too late, for sure.
100%.
And then last but not least, guys, all right, again, all right, in any sport, guys, all right, no one understand, all right, that your kids are kids at the end of the day, and they're having fun, or at least they're trying to have fun and compete. All right, the refs are the refs, they can't make all the good, all the great calls and things like that. But when it's time for them to step up and you want something more for their journey, you better best believe that you need to join them on their journey as well. I like that, and set the example. I like that, instead of backseat coaching and just a lot of pointing fingers. While you do have the sneakers in your mouth like that. And whatever it is.
Right.
Like
Don't
that.
do it.
All right.
Don't do it.
All right, guys. My name is Eric Valdez alongside Joel Johnson. All right. This is Sweat Equity. You can find us on Instagram, guys, at SweatEquity_HTX. All right. Look us up on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube for sure. All right. Got to be built different, guys. All right. Got to be the American dream for sure.
Good looking out, man. Keep following us. Keep
Until next time, guys. All right. We'll see you then.